Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's first video doing the week ahead forecast. Today's first video, as always on a Saturday, having a detailed look at the weather for the week ahead. It's going to take us through to Christmas. This is our first stab at Christmas in terms of a proper forecast. The Christmas updates, of course, being very speculative and just for fun, really. But now it gets serious and we start to pin down the actual weather for Christmas, starting with today's week ahead forecast. So we're going to finish up on Christmas Day with this one, our first stab at it. Before I get on with that, though, just to say about the ads, there's links to articles on all the pages. Have a browse, which is click through the links. If there's any articles that you're interested in, you have your space website. Thanks so much for doing that. There's video ads, most pages, we own our content. When you watch them, they close back up again, just help to pay gas service. And of course, Chris Shop is still there. Time really getting on now. You probably just about got time to get those presents out to you, particularly if you used to pay extra for delivery. But it is getting on now. Just a week until Christmas Eve, so certainly don't leave it much longer. You've got to click the green button that says Christmas Shop, takes you to a Christmas Shop page, and from there you go through the Amazon banners, because you've gone from Gas Service to Amazon. We get a revenue fee on the things that you're buying. It's been a big success again this year, so thanks so much to everybody for doing that. Websites using for weekend broadcast coming from theweatherout.com and weathercentral.de. You can find links to both websites on the links page. And this evening we're going to have a CFS 6 Hertz look at. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. So we start off with radar picture. Not much to see. There's a few showery bursts of rain far north and northwest of Scotland. Otherwise, it's a dry scene today. Here's the stochastic pressure chart. And the reason it's dry is because we're under high pressure, although we have got a bit of a southwesterly fetch, bringing some cloud rain to far north of Scotland. That'll get more widespread this afternoon into this evening across Scotland. So showery bursts of rain moving through, particularly to the north and the west of high ground across Scotland. Elsewhere, loads of dry weather coming up. There could be low cloud, however, and a few mist and fog patches lingering here and there. However, there will be brighter skies developing, and those are more likely in the east and the southeast. Temperatures today are a little bit cooler than we've been used to, but still mild at around 6 to 11 degrees. Excuse me. Overnight tonight, we'll find the rain getting more widespread across Scotland. And a few heavier bursts could come through, but most of it will be fairly light. A mild night up there with these southwesterly winds. Elsewhere, we're going to have a fair amount of fog developing across England and Wales through the course of tonight. Could be some really dense patches around by morning. It can get quite cold as well, certainly colder than we had it over recent nights, so temperatures widely going down to 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees. In rural areas, I think we'll get close to freezing, so the chance of frost and fog tonight. And as I say, some of that fog could be really very dense indeed, so if you're off out and about overnight or early tomorrow morning, you will need to take it easy if you're off out and about on the roads. There will be some very dense patches of fog around. This is how we're looking for Sunday then. High pressure is still dominating the weather. So again, I think we have some showery rain across the north of Scotland to begin with, but most of that will fizzle out and become confined to the very far north of Scotland. The bulk of the country will be dry tomorrow. We start off with fog and low cloud. Some of that fog's going to linger all day, and when that happens, it will be a cold day. Otherwise, we will clear the fog, we'll thin it out, and have a few bright or sunny spells coming through, but the fog might just lift up into low cloud, so if that happens, it'll be a pretty grey and cheerless day. Temperatures a little bit down on those of today, so between around 5 and 10 degrees generally, but if you're under that fog, again, you will notice that it's colder than that, just 2 or 3 degrees probably in the densest of the patches. Eastern Scotland might be a bit warmer, around 12 or 13 degrees with a bit of phone effect there. Moving through into Monday then, high pressure is still dominating, it's still holding on, but low pressure is gathering with the polar vortex out to the northwest around Greenland. That will become a more important player later in the week, but for Monday, still lots of dry weather. Again, I think we start off with risk of fog and frost, fairly dense fog in places, taking a long time to clear. Some of it could linger all day. Otherwise, it might just lift up into low cloud, but expect the chance of a few bright or sunny spells. Temperatures around 4 to 8 Celsius and a bit colder where fog is lingering through the day. Here comes a change then on Tuesday. This very intense polar vortex is getting going across Greenland and Iceland. It's starting to push weather systems in towards the north and west. High pressure is still just about clinging on by its fingertips across England and Wales. I think most places will start off Tuesday with a fair amount of fog and low cloud, that sort of mist and murky mix again. We'll clear any fog away from the north because the wind's going to get up. We've got tightly packed isobars through Scotland and Northern Ireland, so any fog there will go. Further south, we might linger that fog through much of the day, some parts of England and Wales. Most places will stay dry, but by the end of Tuesday, outbreaks of rain will be starting to set in across the west of Scotland and down into Northern Ireland. Sign of things to come. Temperatures generally quite cold at 4 to 8 Celsius and colder in any lingering fog. Remember, real change takes place on Wednesday as this weather system moves down across the country. So we strengthen the wind across England and Wales as well. More tight packed isobars there. So any fog will go Tuesday night, and by Wednesday should be fog free. But it will turn wetter, so we'll have outbreaks of heavy rain setting in across Scotland and Northern Ireland, and eventually moving down in towards northern England and parts of Wales as well. The Midlands, southern south easting probably still just about staying dry on Wednesday. And in the east, there could be a few sunny spells. Temperatures probably in the range, ranging from around 8 to 12 degrees. Otherwise, around 6, 7, 8 degrees, about average to on the milder side of things. Thursday, it's going to take a long time to clear that system away from the southeast. It is stalling. So for England and Wales, overnight, Wednesday into Thursday, it turns wet and windy. We lose the wind on Thursday, but the rain could carry on through much of the day, actually, across the Midlands and eastern, southeastern parts of England. That's going to be quite troublesome. Eventually, it will pull away, and following on behind is a brighter, colder, more showery air mass. So we have sunshine and showers piling into the north and west. Some of those could be quite heavy and possibly wintry over high ground of Scotland and Northern Ireland. There was sleet or snow turning up there. Temperatures in the southeast with the rain to begin with on Thursday morning, probably around 10 Celsius, but tending to drop actually through the day, finishing up something like 4 to 8 degrees. Friday finds us within a colder air mass, although by the end of the day we'll start to bring in another weather system to the north and the west. So I think we could start Friday with a frost across the country, but the compensating factor is that there'll be some good sunny spells coming through. Should be mostly dry until the end of the day, when wet and windy weather will begin to return in towards Scotland and Northern Ireland. Temperatures quite cold at around 3 to 7 Celsius. And then we go through into next weekend, of course, Christmas weekend, so that sets us up for Christmas Eve, when we started on quite a wet and windy note with low pressure coming in from the west. Eastern areas might begin Christmas Eve on a dry note with some sunny spells, but in the north and west have cloud and outbreaks of rain accompanied by strong to gale force winds. That wet and windy weather will move southwards and eastwards, I think, through the course of the day. It's a long way off, there's a lot of uncertainty, but I think that's the way we're going. And then following along behind to the north and west will be brighter, colder skies again, with sunshine and showers turning increasingly wintry over high ground of Scotland and Northern Ireland. Temperatures probably somewhere around, say, 5 to 10 Celsius. And then the all-important day itself, Christmas Day. This is how it's looking at the moment. Wet and windy for the north and the west, drier for the south and the east. The idea at the moment is that we have outbreaks of rain moving southeast across the country overnight, received into Christmas Day, introducing brighter, colder weather for Christmas morning. There might be wintry showers in the north on Christmas morning. Should be mostly dry in the south. There'll be quite a cold feel as well. It does look like a more seasonable feeling Christmas Day than we've had for a few years. England and Wales probably has a nice day with a fair amount of sunshine. Scotland and Northern Ireland, after that cold start with wintry showers, probably turns wet and windy again through Christmas afternoon and Christmas night. And those are strong winds as well in the north and west, up to gale force possibly across Scotland and Northern Ireland. So a bit of a Christmas gale being hinted at there for the north. Better day down in the south. Temperatures in the south probably quite cold at 5 or 6 degrees. In the north, after a cold start, once that wet and windy weather gets going, it probably lifts the temperatures up actually. So somewhere like Edinburgh might be up to around 10 degrees on Christmas afternoon and evening, whereas somewhere like London might be at just 5 or 6 degrees with a fairly seasonable feel. That's our first stab, and it is likely to change a bit in terms of the detail over the next few days. Finally, have a look at charts from the weather outlook. So loads of dry weather coming up today, but we have got the showering rain across Scotland. It's okay for Sunday as well. Lots of dry weather coming through there. This does show sunny spells, and bear in mind there could well be quite a lot of fog around overnight tonight and into Sunday, so that will depress the temperatures, and there won't be as much sunshine as that suggests. That same situation for Monday as well, that high pressure clinging on. Into Tuesday, again, lots of dry weather, but later on we might find some rain beginning to spread in towards the west, and then that piles into the north and west on Wednesday. The southeast still just about staying dry. The wind will get up, so it'll blow away any fog, and then we go through into Thursday. We have outbreaks of rain, which could linger for much of the day. Be quite heavy across eastern parts of England, so a wet day on Thursday in the south and the east, but brighter, colder skies moving into north and west. Yes, that is a snowflake symbol or snow shower symbol there for Scotland and in the west of Scotland as well, showing that showers could turn wintry in the north and west on Thursday. And then on Friday, quite a cold day, mostly dry until late on, when I would have thought it's likely to start to turn wet and windy in the north and west. These charts don't go up to the Christmas weekend yet, but the idea of Christmas is that it turns increasingly wet and windy from the north and west on Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas Day it's colder in the south, and after a cold start in the north, more wind and rain coming back in up there. So in summary, well, we're looking at a lot of dry weather to start off with, but the high pressure is breaking down around the middle part of the week. It's going to turn wet and windy, and by the time we get through towards Christmas, it looks rather changeable. Come back later on to the CFS 6 months look ahead. That's going to take us from January through to June 2017. It's just for fun, so come back for that series. It'll be around 7 o'clock, something like that. But that's all for now, and thanks for watching.